Good evening, everyone. I am currently in Washington, D.C. at my mom's house. And I wanted to do a video here because the internet is so much faster than it would be in Beijing. And so, me and my daughter were here for another week and a half, and we're enjoying our time in the States very much so. That's not to say that we don't like our time in China. I wanted to do a video tonight to talk about why I moved to China because I've been getting some emails and comments on my videos as to why I want to live there when I felt that living in Canada, there weren't enough black people, and that's not necessarily what I said. Um, I moved to Beijing for my job. I originally took a position where I was clinical manager for a Chinese healthcare company. And so my role was to manage other therapists from various backgrounds, as well as trying to put together a feeding program in Beijing. I'm not sure how familiar you are with China, but in terms of allied health services, that's still a relatively new concept over there. And so it's not as developed as it would be in other parts of the world, namely United States and Canada. So I ended up working for this company for 18 months, and I've decided to go back into working in private practice for myself. So one of the reasons why I'm here this summer, here meaning Washington, D.C., is for me to transition off of my former company's visa and onto my own. So when I go back to Beijing, I will be working for myself, providing mainly accent modification services to teenagers and adults, as well as providing some types of speech therapy to school age children. The population that I will be working with will be a split between expats as well as local Chinese who maybe lived abroad or have had some exposure to being abroad and are aware of these services. I definitely like having challenges in my life, and the last year and a half, 2 years have definitely been tumultuous in some regards. Moving to China is was not easy, even though I've been in China before. I was there in 2008 after the Olympics for a short amount of time. But the country has definitely changed so much in the 6 years that I've been there. And even though, the, I guess, in terms of healthcare, um, I don't want to say behind. In terms of the healthcare, even though it's so different to Western medicine, the amount of change that country goes through on a daily basis is just mind-boggling. Um, the amount of infrastructure that's being phased out and implemented to make it look like it's more of a western country is also happening at an extremely fast pace. So one of the biggest challenges that I have being in China is that things are forever changing. You If you're someone that likes stability, going to China, even visiting, may not be for you. Laws are always changing. The way a lot of businesses have their outlooks is that to think really big and to expand as fast as possible. So I'm more used to maybe doing one or two things well and having a foundation before going forward. But over there, they want you to do many things well and to keep expanding. So, in saying all that, I'm hoping when I'm there or go back in a couple of weeks that I will be able to work for myself, doing the things that I already told you, as well as starting to provide some virtual services because there's so many people over there that would like to be seen for therapy, but they have no access to these type of services. So in a nutshell, that's why I'm in China. And I will be recording a couple more videos before we go back, but I hope you have a good evening. Bye bye.